All right, how's it going? My name's Kevin. I'm 40. This quarantine's got me a little bored. All I do is go to work, come home, video games, TV. So I thought, let's do something. Let's learn to play the violin. All right, so I'm gonna unbox this thing. Let's see what we're into. All right, I don't know if you've ever bought anything from Sweetwater before, but they give you a little bag of candy. Not good candy, but I guess the kind of candy that travels well and can sit in the back of a FedEx truck without melting all over the place. Oh, yep, there it is. So I got an electric violin because I'm a mook, a Philistine, a sacrilegious human being. And I already have amps and stuff. You tell people you play multiple instruments, they're always way more impressed than if you play one instrument, but really if you play one instrument, you're 90% of the way there with a bunch of other instruments. It's like, guys, calm down. I'm a regular guy, just like you. I mean, I'm a little better, but not by that much. Oh, all right. This is the NS Design WAV Violin. It's pretty cheap. I don't know what that is. Just for eating? Do not eat. Oh, fuck. All right. First disappointment. Wow. All right. Looks pretty good. All right. Well, let's take it upstairs and tune it up and plug it in. I'm back. All right, we're up in the we're up in my studio, the lab. Yeah. Yeah, I got other stuff here. I got guitars. I play stuff. I got a keyboard down here. I got the boom bap drum pads over here. See, my first rodeo. I know what a C is. I know the notes. I have a passing familiarity with scales. All right. Anyway, we're up here. We're tuned up. All right. This thing, it's nice looking. Caramel colored. I love it. I don't want to start off our relationship with lies. This isn't my first violin. About 3 weeks ago, I bought the 5-string version of this, and we did not get along. I flew too close to the sun, folks. I thought, I want that extended range, because I'm gonna be out there improvising. I'm gonna be out there on the street corners with this thing, making bank from passers-by. All right, and they're gonna want to hear that low C string. It fits right here. Extended range. Who doesn't want extended range? You don't want your range to be limited, but sometimes you do. See, the problem is I never touched a violin before, and I thought, I play guitar. Obviously, I can play, the hardest version of any instrument. They say the violin is one of the hardest instruments to learn. You see, there's no frets. There's no frets. You got to just kind of practice and know where to put your fingers. The guitar, it's like pressing a button. I press the low string 3rd fret. I know I'm going to make a G. All right, unless I've tuned it weird, which I don't. So, I had the 5 string. I had to send it back. I sent it back after about 2 days. Got the 4 string. It just finally arrived today, as you saw in the unboxing portion of our video. So I already had a bow. I watched some YouTube videos and they said hold it kind of like this. I hope that's right. I don't know. My pinky seems pretty straight. I don't think that's right. I think it's like this. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think your thumb goes between this little foam bit and the frog, and then you just kind of wrap your tentacles around it. And yeah, I had the rosin. Got this from Amazon. 2 for $6, I think. Yeah. So I have touched a violin. I had it for about 2 days before I sent it back because it was too much. That low C was a bridge too far. Couldn't wrap my little doll hands around the neck of this thing to even get to it. So I could really only play an open C. It was bad. As you can see here, I can pretty easily reach everything. And when you're learning violin, like no violin music involves that low C string, so you're really just I'm aggravating myself. I was aggravating myself for no reason other than to think like, yeah, I can get that extended range. It's no big deal. Was a big deal. It cost me a couple weeks of playing. So anyway, we're tuned up. I got this plugged into a Line 6 Helix, which I had for the guitars. I made a little violin patch. It's got some big delays and reverbs. So we'll talk about that. What I like to do when I start learning an instrument, especially any kind of electrical instrument, effects will hide your terrible playing, your mistakes. It'll mask them from the world and from yourself, from your heart, from your significant other. My wife comes up here and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so talented." I'm like, not. It's all the effects. So what? You got a lot of delays and reverb. It's going to cover up a lot of sins. Some people will say that's a bad way to learn. I think that motivationally, especially for somebody that's going to be self-taught like myself, it's good because you sound good with, right out of the gate you sound pretty good, and that motivates me. Maybe it motivates you. Maybe you don't need motivation. Maybe you got your parents breathing down your neck wanting you to be the next, I don't know. I don't even know anybody that plays violin. Paganini? Is that somebody? I think that's like the hardest. The illest motherfucker that ever played the violin. Yeah. So, let's do it. Lush. You hear that lush reverb? Hell yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. No frets. That's a bear. Having to figure out where to put my fingers. It's gonna be rough. I've seen people with tape, so maybe I'll figure out how to do that. Anyway, obviously, you know, if you've watched this far, you know this is not the channel. This is not where you go to learn to play violin. I think you're here for me. I'm here for you. We're here for each other. You know, you want to hear my witty banter. You want to see this? A piece of this? You're hoping that I'll get this caught in here, aren't you? Not gonna happen. I've been wielding this thing expertly for a long time. Yeah. I don't get it caught in things anymore. You know. So there it is. This is day one with the violin. You know, other than the couple of days that I spent with the 5-string. I'll see what I can do. I'll watch YouTube. All right. I know there's people teaching on there. Maybe I can go there to learn. Maybe I'll get a book. You know, I can read. I don't want to I don't want to brag. I can. These aren't for show, people. All right. I can read. Can I read music? No. No guitarist can. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna learn. Hopefully, I'm gonna check back in. I hope you'll check back in with me. You know, be my accountability buddy. Motivate me. You know, maybe you'll comment. Maybe you'll like this video. Maybe you'll hate this video. Oh God, I hope you people don't fucking comment about my kitchen. I know I need to take the trash out. My wife's out of town. I'm living like a fucking animal right now. You know? I mowed the lawn. I'm still taking care of business. But I'm not taking that fucking trash out until it's spilling onto the floor. I promise you that. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll check back in with you. Maybe I'll see you. Maybe nobody will even watch this. I'm howling into the void. It's more likely. All right.